This is realistic Minecraft. Out here, I have to drink water, stay warm, and explore dangerous structures. Surviving is going to be almost impossible. And this is only episode 1. Okay, we're in the world, and I'm so happy that we spawned on top of a village because this gives us tons of loot that can help start us off. There's some bread, wheat, some cactus too. This is perfect. Since I'm in a desert biome, I'm already getting super hot, so I need to try and get out of here. So after grabbing a few more useful things, I decided to sleep and head off in the morning. Hey there, mate. You gonna let me ride you? No? Jeez, every time I step out into the sun, I get heat stroke. Yes, I see an oasis over there. I need to get there before I burn alive. Okay, we're safe now, and the next step is to get some tools. But the problem is, I can't actually punch a tree with my fist. It just doesn't work. So I have to go through the long process of getting flint, smashing it on a rock, and hoping that I can get regular flint. Yes, bro, finally! Just to be able to craft a flint knife. And then I have to use that knife to collect plant fibers, and then and only then I can craft a flint hatchet. Yes, let's go. Also, look at all these new mobs. I think that's a gazelle. That's crazy. Alright, let's chop down this tree. Whoa, that actually is sick. I didn't know the trees chop like that. Damn, that is actually really cool. Oh, he's charging at me. Oh my god. I have to kill him. Yes, and he dropped some meat too. That's perfect. Next up, we need to craft a pickaxe, but the recipe is actually different than the vanilla one. See, you have to get blocks of wood, which requires a cutting board. But my axe broke before I could mine another tree, so I had to repeat the whole process again just to get another flint axe. But now that I can finally craft these wooden blocks, I still need a way to smelt them. Alright, I don't have a pickaxe, so I can't mine stone to make a furnace, but I'm just gonna boat around and hope that I can find something. And just at the end of the river, there was a little villager campsite, and luckily it had a campfire, so I could finally smelt my blocks of wood and craft a wooden pickaxe. Yes, let's go! From here on, it's pretty easy. I can just mine up some stone and craft some other tools. I think it's time to head off to find a better spot, because I'm definitely not planning to stay here, and it's not even summertime yet, where it will be absolutely boiling. What is that? Is that like a skeleton kangaroo? It's holding a knife too. Oh dang, he did like 4 hearts. I do not remember adding that to the mod pack. Look at that. Bro, that place looks perfect. There's a mountain. It looks like maybe a forest. That will be so good. Let's climb up to the top of this hill so I can get a better look at the place. Yeah, this is definitely where I'm going to build my base. Oh, it says my vision's getting blurry. I need to drink some water. Okay, I better head down to the river. What? Is that bears? Okay, I'm not going near them. They could kill me easily. It is already so blurry. I'm on 2 bars of thirst. Whoa, look over there, there's some elephants, that's insane. Damn, this is pretty cool. And there's some cows here too. That'll definitely be helpful for my base later on. Okay, I do see some kind of wizard's tower over there, so let's check that out before we start building a base or anything. Jeez, there's like skeletons through the door, I can see them. It says I've got a headache. Oh, I got hit in the head by a skeleton, that's why. And I've also got an extra heart. I think that's because I've been eating a ton of bread. Alright, let's see what loot it has. Damn, that's actually pretty good. Efficiency 4, I'll take that. And a pickaxe too, that's perfect. Alright, I'm getting out of here. It's way too hot. There's literally a lion? That is sick. Okay, I think just here is the perfect spot for a base, so let's get some resources for that. But before I could do that, this hippo started trying to attack me. Whoa, buddy, chill. Oh, he's trying to bite me. That actually did a fair bit of damage. Oh, get away, bro. Yes, alright, finally. And he dropped raw hippo. I am probably not ever gonna eat that. Alright, back to getting materials. Alright, with that done, I think it's time to finally start terraforming the area. This will make it so much flatter and so much easier to build with. Alright, this is looking a whole lot better, and now I think it's finally time to start building a house. As you can see, I've also put down some crops like some blueberries, raspberries, and also some other plants in the crop farm. And I think this is looking super good. I'm really happy with this. But the main problem I kept getting was that I was getting way too hot and I had to keep jumping into the water pool from my crop farm. But I found out that some armor pieces can actually cool you down more than others, so I definitely need to work towards getting some of those. Alright, I'm going to start chopping down a heap of spruce trees because that's the wood type I want to use to build my base. And I'm going to plant a ton more in this jungle biome so I don't have to see them when I walk past. But later on in this video, I find out these trees actually won't grow for a while because they're not in season yet, so I'll have to wait around for that. Alright, I've grabbed a pretty decent amount of wood and it should be enough to start building the base. And the design I'm going for is a bit of a medieval styled log cabin with 2 stories and maybe even a tower. I think that could look pretty cool. So I'm going to start laying out the frame and I'll see how it looks. I think this is a pretty good size, and next up we just need to lay out the foundation, and I want that to be a mix of cobblestone and stone bricks. And to get some of that extra stone, I thought it would be a good idea to make a little mine in the corner of the hill, and it actually turned out looking pretty good. Alright, quick update, I've done the frame of the house and it's looking super good. And I also added the cobblestone base, which I'm going to add a bit of texturing later with other cobblestone related blocks, but for now I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. For now, I'm going to fix up the path and make it look a bit better by mixing in a few different types of dirt. Yeah, this definitely looks better. I think it's about time that we go out on an adventure. So after crafting an iron javelin, I headed out down the mountain to look around, loot some more structures, and just see what's really around me. Whoa, look at those elephants, that is so cool. Alright, I'm gonna try and kill them because I think that would probably drop pretty good loot. Oh, all of my javelins are stuck down there. Okay, I need to quickly get that. They're not chasing me. Alright, let's throw some more javelins. Got him! And none of his friends are angry at me? Yes, let's go. We literally just killed an elephant. But what? It didn't drop anything? Bro, that is so annoying. Alright, let's just keep exploring for now. Ooh, what is that place? Let's head over there. It seems to be some kind of temple thing with like 100 mob spawners inside. What? I'm not going in there. Holy. Ooh, what's this place? Seems like a little shack. It didn't really have too much good loot. Ooh, some buffaloes? Let's try and get some meat off these guys. Damn, that is so much meat. I'm taking that. Whoa, I'm finding so many little structures. This is so cool. It's like a little farm. This will be so useful. Alright, that's enough exploring for today, since I'm running out of water anyways. Home sweet home. This base is looking amazing. You know what? I actually need way more cobble before I can start texturing all of this cobble layer. So let's actually head down to some caves and see if we can find anything good. Damn, these caves look beautiful. Whoa, listen to that echo when I'm eating. That is actually quite scary. Yes, diamonds! That is like the first diamonds we've found in this world. More diamonds? Let's go! We're getting so stacked. What is this? Sulfur? May as well grab some just in case. I also keep finding these weird pot things, and they have alright loot. Ooh, what is this place? It's like an upgraded mob spawner. That is really cool. It also had an anvil. I am taking that. And pretty decent loot. Similar to a mob spawner, but I'll take it. I was looking through some of the new weapons that you can craft with all these mods, and I saw that you could craft a battle axe. What? That is so cool. Alright, let's get out of this place before I somehow end up killing myself. Alright, we're finally home. Let's just put away all these valuable ores and harvest these crops. Alright, I'm going to spend a bit of time working on the house and I'll update you once I'm finished. Damn, this is looking like a million times better now that I've textured it with a bunch of different cobblestone related blocks. Alright, now it's time to start building the walls of the base. So we just need to chop down a bunch more trees and we should be good to go. Alright, I've done a little test run of what I think would look good and I'm quite happy with this. Now, let's just add some windows. I think these ones look sick and they're from a mod called MCHOSE Windows. Yeah, they really fit the theme. Alright, now let's just finish off the walls, add a roof, fix up the floor. Alright, this is looking awesome. And add just a few more finishing touches, like an icebox that keeps me cool, and I also finally crafted that desert armor that I wanted at the start of this video. And so after all of this effort, the base is finally not complete. Well, I felt like it'd be a good idea to save building the second story and a bunch of other things for episode 2. So if you're excited for that, make sure to like and subscribe as it really helps me out. Thanks for watching.